Oh, hello, this is Tak Chung from Walk with Tak. Welcome to my YouTube channel. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and share. Please feel free to write to me at walkwithtak@gmail.com if you have any question regarding to this video or any other videos that I have posted in the past. If you have any videos that you would like me to make, please let me know. I'm looking forward to hearing from you. In this video, I'm going to demonstrate a technique known as combinatorial stir frying. Now, this technique is extremely useful when you cook two different types of ingredients, and both of them require slightly different cooking time. And using this method, you can use one template, and you cook that template first, and then you use a different template, and by separating them, you can cook both of those ingredients to the perfect texture that you would like to. So in this particular dish, I'm going to demonstrate this method and how to cook an egg dish, which I have demonstrated in the past that will use egg and in a egg scrambled template. But I'm also going to demonstrate how to cook a seafood template and then combine them together. This is a basic template which I call it the seafood template. This template is quite different from the scrambled template. They require different timing. The end result is that if you cook them together, then one of the ingredients will be overcooked, the other ingredients will be undercooked. And by cooking them separately, you can have much better control of the doneness or the texture of each of these ingredients. Now, cooking has a lot to do with how much and how long you want to cook your food ingredients, because texture is extremely important in many of the food ingredients that we cook. We do not want to have our food ingredients either overcooked or undercooked. So when it comes to stir frying, sometimes you can cook everything together, but occasionally it's much better to cook each of those ingredients separately, because this will give you much greater control. And the end result is that you will enjoy the culinary experience much better, because when food is overcooked and undercooked, it greatly undermines the pleasure of enjoying them. Okay, so let's go into the kitchen and see how we're going to cook this together. For this dish, I'm going to use some jumbo sea scallop pieces. They are cheaper, but they also match the large shrimp that I'm going to use for cooking this dish. First of all, I'm going to coat this dish with a thin layer of cornstarch, and I also added my Walk with Tak basic seasoning mix. This will help to enhance the natural flavor of the food ingredients, and I have them available on Amazon if you would like to try it out. Now, I'm going to cook this dish in my Cucina 14-inch stainless steel wok, and I'm going to start out with 2 tablespoons of canola oil. I'm going to cook the egg scrambled first because it requires a wok that's very well seasoned to prevent it from sticking to the surface of the wok. I'm going to spot season the wok using my spot seasoning method. I heat the oil up to the point when it starts to smoke gently, and I turn the heat down and I let it to smoke for about 15 seconds. The first step I'm going to cook this dish is I'm going to cook the egg first. The egg scrambler will be easier for me to cook first because it requires the wok to be well seasoned. So this way, I will make sure that the egg do not stick to the surface of the wok. Now, the egg scrambler is extremely easy and efficient to cook. As you can see here, I use the wok spatula to push the cooked egg from the outside edge of the wok to the inside. So this will leave open space for the uncooked egg to fill that space. And next, I add some frozen vegetable mix, which comes directly from the freezer. I only added a small amount because I want to use the frozen vegetable mix only to provide a little bit of a texture to the egg, as well as it add color to the egg dish. As you can see, this dish is extremely fast to cook. In less than about 2 or 3 minutes, it is all ready. So I'm going to set it aside. Next, I'm going to cook the shrimp and the scallop. I heat up the wok again, and I add about 1 tablespoon of canola oil. I let the oil to heat up. I want the oil to heat up as much as possible because this will allow me to sear the shrimp and the scallop, which make them taste better. And this is one approach which is essential when you cook seafood. The temperature of the wok should be as hot as possible. And next, I'm going to add the shrimp and the scallop to the wok. Now, coating the shrimp and the scallops with cornstarch is very useful. A couple reasons. One is that it will cause searing and create a slight crispy texture on the surface of the shrimp and the scallop. But another reason is equally important because the cornstarch will protect the shrimp and the scallops from the high heat of the oil. So consequently, when you cook it, the heat penetrate at a much more slower rate, and the end result is that it keeps the shrimp and the scallop more moist and tender inside. This is a method which I have learned over the years. It greatly enhances the flavor of the shrimp, and having the shrimp and the scallop in the right texture really make a great culinary experience. A lot of people do not coat it with cornstarch, and the end result is that the shrimp might turn out to be rubbery. Now, as you notice that some of the cornstarch stick to the bottom of the wok a little bit, I use the wok spatula to scrape them off, but it's not important, and you can always clean it later. It took about 1 minute to cook the shrimp and scallop. Next, I add some scallion, which I cut into thin strips. This will give the shrimp and the omelette a wonderful fresh taste to them. In many ways, it is very similar to adding onion, except this way you get much better fresh onion flavor with the scallion. And then I add the egg back to the wok. In a few stir, I combine everything together. And as you can see, it took only really minutes to cook this dish, even though you cook both of the dish separately. In fact, the total cook time of this dish is a little bit more than 5 minutes. It's not bad when you cook them separately. Now, cooking them separately has tremendous advantage, as you can see right here, because you can cook the egg to the texture that you want. At the same time, you can cook the shrimp and the scallion. Now, if you cook the shrimp and scallion together with the egg, most likely is that the egg will overcook because it takes a longer time to cook the shrimp and the scallion. But this way, you can have both of the food ingredients to achieve the kind of texture that you're looking for. And this is the beauty of combinatorial stir frying. By cooking the ingredients separately and combine them later, it will allow you to achieve much greater texture and doneness appropriate for those individual ingredients. You can use this method in many different types of combinations. In fact, it's really up to your imagination in terms of how you want to cook this dish together. Many people who have learned this technique, they tell me repeatedly that how much it enhances the experience of the dish that they cook. The culinary experience is much greater this way than if they have cooked them together. So as you can see, stir frying can be extremely simple, but it can be also complex. You can actually imagine this combinatory cooking technique can be applied to very complex dishes. In fact, you can cook 3 or 4 different ingredients separately and combine them. I post a video each day to help you to make your home cooking as part of your daily routine using my fast cooking system. Because with this cooking system, you will find home cooking to be practical, efficient, creative, and fun. If you would like to learn more about this cooking system, please subscribe to this YouTube channel. So keep on cooking. I will see you tomorrow.